Hello everyone, this is Keren from tuppencecoloured.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me for Simply Sketched Saturday. Now if you don't know what Simply Sketched Saturday is, I belong to a group of Stampin Up demonstrators and we take it in turns to set a sketch challenge for a regular blog hop, and we all make something based on the sketch and then we link to each other's blogs, and so you start on the one and then you just hop to the next. So if you do want to check out the blog hop, then just click the link in the more information below and that'll take you to my blog, and from there you can work your way around the hop. So this is the sketch that we're working from today, and it has been set by Hannah McCurley, and that is it. And when I saw this I did not know whether to laugh or cry, and my first reaction was, Hannah, I am going to hunt you down and I am going to get you. But do you know what? Never say die, so if you stick with me, we'll see what I come up with. I've got a little bit of crumb cake card, which is 3 3/4 by 5.5, and I'm going to use my Bohemian texture folder. And I've got my texture boutique here. Now, Stampin' Up no longer carries these, but if you're quick, you may be able to get them in clearance. And I think the reason why we don't do them anymore is because we've started making wider embossing folders, and they just won't fit through the texture boutique. But this is one of our smaller ones and it works just fine. And you can still get the texture boutique from other suppliers, or if you've got a big shot you can use that, but the texture boutique is just a little bit more convenient when I'm videoing. And I am really hoping that iMovie can deal with the bouncing that's happening there. Okay. So let's take that out and take a look at it. And that's taken on a nice texture. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I've got my Whisper White stamping pad and a sponge, and I'm just going to brush very lightly over the top of my embossed card, just so that the texture pops out a bit. Yeah, just as easy as that. I don't know how well you can see that. Just about. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. I've used this die from the Cups and Kettles dies, and I cut it out twice in Tempting Turquoise, and here's one of the ones I did. And I also cut out 2 of the little sweethearts with the itty bitty accents heart sweetheart punch. And now I'm going to stick the heart onto the front of the card, and I'm going to use a bit of our Stampin' glue stick. Yep. And I do like the fact that it sits down nice and quietly. And I've already gone ahead and embossed one, so I want to make sure that I've got this on the opposite side. You see what I mean? Because otherwise they're both like that and it doesn't work. And how do you think I know that? And it was an even better blooper, because I found out after I'd happily embossed the wrong side of the mug, I found out that I didn't even have the camera running, so I couldn't show it to you anyway. Ha ha! Oh well. Right, first a marking pad. Turn my die cut face down, and with the lid of the ink pad to save my fingers getting covered in Versamark, I'm applying that to the top of my ink pad. And I'm going to keep that handy because I'm going to want that again in a moment. Right, this is my clear embossing powder, and in we go. I've got my tweezers handy. I'm just just going to cover that over. Make sure it's got a nice coating. And I'm going to heat emboss that, so it's going to get a bit noisy, so I'm going to fast forward and turn the sound off. Now if you're very, very quick, you can throw that back in the embossing powder again, and it'll still be hot enough for the powder to stick to it. But I find that I had problems doing that because I just really wasn't quick enough. So for me, the simplest way is to go back with my Versamark and give it another coat. And let's heat it again. Now the more coats of embossing powder that you put on this, the glossier it will get. And I think probably one more coat is going to be enough. So I'll let that cool down for a second. I think that's okay now. And same thing again. Down onto the Versamark and into the clean embossing powder, and make sure it gets a good coat. And we'll heat it one last time. I think that will do it. I cut out a couple of the curls of steam shape, I suppose you want to call them, out of vellum while I was at the big shop. So I'm going to attach these to my cups. I'm going to use mini glue dots for that purpose. So I've got my tweezers, since I've got my tweezers onto the back of the mug, and down we go, and same thing for the other one. Turn it over. Here's my curl of steam, and there it is. I'm going to be using these two stamps, Congrats and You Did It, from Perfect Pairings, which is one of the stamp sets that's in the Celebration catalogue this year. I've got a scrap of Very Vanilla card, and I've got a scrap of the Crumb Cake card, and I'm using chocolate chip ink. I wonder what a chocolate chip would look like. And what would it taste like? Banana? That's stamped Congrats on there, and I'm going to put the You Did It on the on the crumb cake, and actually I think I've put that too near the end. So fortunately we have magic two-sided card, and we can turn over and do it on the other side. Okay. That's fine. So I have my extra large oval punch and my word window slot punch. So I'm going to cut Congrats out of with the oval punch, and I'm going to just shunt it up just slightly. And You Did It. Woo! It's alive! It's alive! There we go. I'm trying to line it up and centre it. And that's going to go into there. Right. And that is going to line up like that. Right. So now, time to assemble my card. So here's my textured background, and I've got some snail. Oops, that's my embossing spoon. Keep the spoon that I keep with my clear embossing powder. Now again, because this has got a textured background, I'm being quite generous with the snail, and I'm going to stick that down onto the front of my card blank. Just like that. There we go. Right, the mugs I'm going to arrange with dimensionals. That's mine. Just looking for my piercing tool. And my one set of dimensionals, which have disappeared into hyperspace, as things do when you particularly want them. They go and hide with all the socks that the washing machine throws out. I don't know how that happens, because I'm sure that I put 2 socks at a time into the washing machine and only 1 comes out. What is going on there? That's what I want to know. Okay, so I have that one there, and flick didn't quite work. That one there. A bit of a magic flick with the piercing tool to get the backs off the dimensionals. And right, now then, what am I going to do with this one? I think I'll put this one on with snail. Let's turn that a bit, because that's going to be making your head go funny, isn't it? And this one, congrats, you did it. This is a message to myself for successfully making something from that sketch. And again, a couple of dimensionals on the back here. We do the magic flick, and over. There you go. And there we are. So here it is. This is the card that I made based on that sketch. So what do you think? Do you think I've fulfilled the criteria, that I've met the terms and conditions? Let me know underneath. So I do hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial, and I would love it if you would leave me a comment. Let me know how well you think I met the challenge. If you've enjoyed it, please do give me a like underneath, and if you would like to see more of my tutorials, then if you subscribe to my channel, there will be more coming along soon. You can also visit my blog and the Facebook page, and if you visit the blog, obviously you can go around the blog hop, and you can get there from the links in the more information box below this video. If you want to find out how to get your hands on the materials that I use, well, there is a link to my Stampin' Up shop as well, and I'd love to have you as a customer. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Hope I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.